Hey Battle Buddies and Healthy Heroes, my name is Susie, just an enthusiastic nerd bringing you LARP and fitness content. Today is another scene on stage at the Alliance Nationals event from 2023 down at the Crossroads chapter in Tennessee. I am playing my Gorban Cheetahkin Scout character, Uxue Nakujo. This quick little training session gets interrupted by dragons and revenge and politics, but in this brief time, we get to explore a lot about striking and the posture you use and the follow-through you use, whether or not it's immediately returning to a defensive position or this windmill strike, which I have never felt really good at or understood super well. There's something about that full follow-through of that circle that adds a lot of speed, and you can really accurately snipe an elbow shot. And apparently if you pull back fast enough, that's really good for your defense as well. So it's a strike that I am going to be practicing, working on incorporating more into my training. The character Ursul explains a lot here. He is played by Will. And then we also see Kylar, who is an elf played by Dan. He shows me a little bit about a bow blocking posture that I've never considered, and he gives me my new favorite tip for efficient and educational sparring. So check it out. I hope you enjoy this little training footage from the Alliance Nationals event of 2023. You're sparring really quickly, and I saw you explaining things. Can I watch?
Sure. Go ahead. Yeah, so we just got winded, but yeah.
Well, tell me what I saw you explaining to him over there. There was some sort of sweep that might have involved a feint.
No.
Tell me your name.
I'm Kylar.
Kylar? Kylar. Nakujo.
Good to meet you.
Good to meet you too.
So, what I was explaining to them is full swings are pretty bad. So, basically when you're striking somebody, you don't want to do that. It's always strike this much and then block.
So you're focusing on the snapping it back for a defensive position instead of a full.
Basically, you just want your weapon to here all the time. Never this, because what happens there?
Yeah, you open up all that. That tends to be my fighting style. I've seen a lot of people who fight with like windmill motions as well, which I have never pulled off in my wrist. It's not a skill.
No, that's my jam.
That's
yeah. Yeah, because I've tried windmill too, and it's the same thing. It's like that coming back up, I'm still exposed. Like this,
you're not. You have the other side though.
Yeah.
Right. You're having here. You're opening the door and you're closing the door as it comes through. Yeah.
I'm not used to that.
Okay. That's what I'm saying. Like when you windmill, you're attacking out. Yes, you might have it, but you're going to be back here, and then when the counter swing, your arms are behind you. Like they're not going to hit it behind you.
So I think it depends on speed of range and motion. It's something about my range of motion where I'm like, my rotator cuff does not enjoy this style. I don't know why, but.
I mean, we were just talking about the windmill, a few gathers ago. That exact thing, talking about being able to.
That was even from the wrist, whoa.
A little bit.
Just a little bit, but like referring to bringing it back.
Windmill is key against anyone using like spear, anyone with open elbows.
Yeah.
Like bow. Like that's when you just have it at attack.
Okay.
Right, and then you're like, you just clip that elbow and just clip that elbow.
Like that.
Full arm, not wrist.
Full arm. Oh,
Yeah.
That's the catch.
Kata.
No, I'm gonna try.
I think that was the idea.
I'm so used to keeping it.
Yeah, so it's just this.
Okay.
So it's like strike and then.
Whoa.
Okay. So full arm.
How relaxed is your, Ursul, how relaxed is your wrist when you do that? Is there something about letting your blade drop behind you? Does the tip of your blade go down as well?
I don't know. Like, look.
Yeah, no, I'm getting.
Like that's what you're here. You're blocking in here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you slow motion it for me if you don't mind? So I want to see if there's an elbow wrist situation. So you're not, okay, you don't twist it until you get back here. So you're not twisting out here to windmill. You are doing the full strike, and then once you're behind already, it's your wrist. That feels so much better. I was trying to do the wrist. I was trying to initiate the motion from my wrist too soon.
Try it slow.
Yeah. I was trying to, so when I saw it and didn't know how to do it and it wasn't feeling good, I was striking and then I would like try to start the windmill from my wrist to get it back here. No, it's a full.
It's full extended.
That feels so much better on my, like my elbow and my wrist and my shoulder. I just did a windmill and it didn't feel bad. Like that was my very first windmill that I've ever done without feeling bad.
When you're sliding down, you can actually get a little tweak, like if you have the.
Yeah, the wrist angles. Yeah.
That. And if you hear the the ground, that's fine.
Yeah.
You're not. As long as you're not fighting in like dirt and like rock, just hear.
Oof.
Right? You're just doing that. You got your shield, block, whatever.
Yeah.
And you can kind of like do a little bit of snap if you need to.
If you're like fainting a little bit, or
it depends on where you're at. But
yeah.
You can like that and snap out. Right?
Yeah.
But you're always in up here and you're tight, right? Your elbow's not out. You know.
I get told. Right? I do that, and my captain goes.
I just figured out the joints for my windmill that I had never had before. Thank you, Ursul. Yeah, that's an impressive weapon. See, so it's like what we were talking about before, where there's like that squad that committed to one role per thing. You yourself have like a weapon that has multiple roles. Like, so not only can you do like both rogue and fight, probably, but your weapon can be both long and short.
For me, I for the longest was a spell sword. And
wow.
I'm a warrior with still high magic.
Yeah.
So I can heal people too.
Your brain's pretty busy, I guess.
Yeah. And even with like doing like this, I'm cutting in. I'm doing like a little circle here where I'm going like this, and just doing the thing.
Yeah. You think it makes your strikes faster because you have the power behind the momentum before you need to bounce it back?
All I'm doing is trying to make a little circle at a time. Like literally, all I want to do is that.
Yeah, I know about your.
I just want to do this.
I've seen little circles. I don't fight with a weapon that unwieldy, but.
It's not unwieldy.
What's it like?
It's length, but yeah.
Oh,
but, yeah,
it does get stuck on you, huh?
It gets stuck, yeah. But like, she's not heavy.
She's less heavy than I thought she was.
Well, yeah.
But still.
He's got you again.
You're not too out of breath for more sparring?
I'm not. How's your endurance?
Oh.
It doesn't matter. Just the one? Blocked on the second one?
That last one hit me.
I might have whiffed on this one. I often do a combo where I'm like, the short's in for a combo just to pretend, because it doesn't actually connect.
Yeah, so what I'm used to when practicing is when I get hit, I'll call out the location just to give you a good idea.
Yeah, that's pretty smart, especially when you're using the flat of your blade and you don't actually like see the blood cuts or anything. Yeah, good. Agree, let's try that. Blade. Shoulder, knee, nice. I thought it was hip, shin. That's honestly, like when you give me feedback that explicit, that refines my understanding where I'm aiming versus where I'm hitting. That's really good feedback to work on like the nuance of accuracy and stuff. I appreciate that. I'm gonna work that in. I tell all my cubs that. Be like, okay, we are now naming our body parts when we spar. Good. You have an interesting spot right here that your bow is held so tight to your chest for blocking. It makes it seem like it's harder for you to go like this, which makes this seam really open, which is not. Clearly you have an angle that surprised me that I didn't see that coming, but it made me really want to go for this shot, which is not like a wrap that I'm normally throwing like inwards from that angle. That was interesting. I liked that opening. Sounds like real battle things. Tell me your name, Kylar? Kylar, that was a good spar. Things sound excited for battle. I appreciate that. What's your name?
Astreas.
Astreas, good to meet you. Brian, you heard that? Tyrion, you heard that?
No, what did we do?
Something did a giant war cry, and now there are things of bright shades over there. unnaturally brightly shaded.
Those look like dragons.
I was gonna say, are those dragons? Or are those just some other sort of reptilian head?
Fry, these are for you.
Yeah, this is somebody who wants to talk with authority.